So hello everyone, I'm Tofu, welcome back to Animal Crossing, and as it's Halloween, I thought I'd visit a Witchcore themed island. But not just any Witchcore themed island. I'm actually visiting Coven, my wife's Witchcore themed island, which she made a little while ago, and I thought it'd be fun to just revisit it. It's something I've not actually done on the channel, but yeah, it'd just be a fun lark, and obviously it's very fitting with the spooky season. So quickly before I jump into it, I'm going to jump into the map and just show it off and all the characters. So here obviously we have my wife Mumsy, and we clearly have Kiki, Muffy, Rhonda, Coco, Avery, Ione, Matilda, Gloria, Shino, and Dobie. And of course, if you would like to visit the Dream Address yourself and have it explore at your own leisure, the Dream Address is down at the bottom, 9555 3496 1228. But let's jump into it. So immediately we're obviously in the entranceway, and it's really weird seeing everything just because I remember my wife building it and obviously asking my opinions, but I really do like the vibe that this island gives. Like the codes she found are just amazing and it really works. See, we've got lots of spooky motifs like these kind of stone lion dogs and plenty of various gravestones, being Japanese or Western, dotted around. But we're going to go left as we always do, and immediately on the beach, I believe it's Kiki's home. I'm indeed correct, but it's a very overgrown island. Obviously there's plenty of wheat fields, there's going to be lots of this glowing moss or glowing weeds, and plenty of bushes, lots of hedges and broken fences and things. Obviously this stone mixed in with the iron spiky fence. It's all good. Plenty of these mushroom lamps as well, and for the longest time my wife didn't actually know they could turn off. She just thought they kind of glowed in that colour indefinitely. But anyway, I digress. We're just going to go to the left as we do, and immediately we've got the Nook's Cranny just here, so let's just sit down and go into camera mode so you can see it. I will be showing off a little bit more in glory, but first I'm going to just do a random spin. But yeah, I have done this before, in which I've kept Nook's Cranny in its first form, and it is an absolute pain. And so yeah, hats off to anyone that does actually manage to do that for their builds, because it's really hard acquiring materials, especially if you're trying to buy some. And yeah, you don't want to buy too many things from the shop, just in case it then upgrades to the nicer form, the more modern form. And obviously it can ruin your whole aesthetic if you do that. But now I'm just going to go onto the beach. I believe all the beaches are designed, but most of them are kind of like this, quite sparse, but mostly with this pebble stone design code. Here we have the lovely Kiki, obviously. And I believe Kiki was one of those villagers that my wife just wasn't really too sure about. Like, I think Kiki definitely grew on her because of this island, but she wasn't keen on Kiki for the longest time, which I think's just a bit sad. I really do like Kiki. I mean, I guess I'm biased because I just like the cats. Obviously, like I said previously, plenty of these statuettes and things. Obviously we've got plenty of gyroids around, offering a little bit of movement. There's going to be lots of barrels, lots of these spiky fences as well, which I don't use a lot in my own builds. I think I used them on Crime Island, but that was kind of about it. We go up to this little cliff here, and we have Shino's home. And I will be visiting a few of the villager homes just to show off, obviously, what my wife has done for the interiors. But Shino is the guardian of this kind of spooky bamboo forest. So we're going to just go in here. Obviously, it is daytime at the moment, so you get some real kind of spooky vibes when it gets to night. But I believe she set the Dream Address for around 4 PM. So it's kind of that late afternoon, and then sunset's obviously going to start going quite soon. We've got these mossy stone tablets along with this Japanese style grave. Obviously Coco is just wandering around, kind of looking spooky, kind of creepy in her own right, but I love that girl. We've got plenty of waterfalls and obviously these bridges dotted around, and Coco's home, if memory serves, is just to the left here. And here it is. And again, plenty of gyroids, just adding a little bit of movement, a little bit of sound, just adding to the atmosphere. And now we've seen Rhonda. We've got quite a few of the villagers just wandering around on the left-hand side. But it's all good. So I'm just going to quickly nip onto this rocky peninsula here. And here we have the pirate's booty. I don't know if it's meant to be any kind of like pirate treasure. It's just a random treasure hoard that I guess you're lucky to find if you happen to stumble this way. But I do remember her doing this particular build up here with the secret beach, and it was such a massive build for her at the time. It was so ambitious just because of how big the space was. And yeah, I like to try and break down my build's a little bit smaller than that, so I'm impressed, just, you know, that she does that huge of a job all at once. As you can see, obviously it's a lot of items, a lot of trees, and plenty of design code to plonk down on the floor, so it takes up a lot of time. Right, we're going to just nip up here, and we've got Dobie's home, if memory serves again. Let's see if I can check that. I can just sneak by, so it is in fact Dobie's home. And he's got his own little personal yard with his mini bridge. And then we have our own little kind of gravesite with this little gyroid. Almost like a little tribute to whichever poor soul is in this grave. But I do love the fact that obviously she put it in mid-autumn, so you've got all the colours of the trees. They're turning obviously orange, gold, that kind of light green and yellow, and then the hardwood, the spruce trees obviously add that nice dark green as well, just dotted around. And there's the odd obviously splash of colour as well, with various flowers that she's dotted around. So they have seen the black tulips, we've got these purple pansies and things. Just very nice in my opinion. Oh, and there is Dobie in fact. He's in the next section we're going to visit, which is the mysterious Seance ruins. And again, we've got plenty of gyroids, just adding a little bit of movement, a little bit of sound, a little bit of mystery. And obviously this area would absolutely just look gorgeous when the sun goes down and the nighttime starts to just creep in. But another little statue here, and then you go through the arch and we have this mysterious statuette. Obviously touch it, it glows. Very mysterious. Is it a demon? Is it a ghost? Maybe something possessing? Who really knows? But the villager that is in charge of this area would be the delightful Muffy. And she lives just up here. And it's very fitting. It's one of the characters that Mumsy definitely wanted on this island when she first essentially brainstormed it and started making notes and things as to which villagers she wanted and what she wanted to do. And she just loves Dobie, like one of her favourite villagers of all time. I think kind of reminds her of her dad, so there's certainly a sentimental value there as well. We can go down here, but I'm just going to quickly nip down this way because I want to show off this magic circle with the mysterious cauldron and its very colourful potion-like liquids. See the candles. Just, it looks so good. Like, again, I remember Mumsy doing all these builds and then asking my opinions, or me having to provide furniture and things for them, because yeah, storage is a little bit, yeah, a bit of a pain if you've not unlocked it, especially like I said with the whole Nooks Cranny thing. And if you actually go over this way, over the bridge, this takes you to Nooks Cranny, so we might as well do that now and show it off in its splendour. So obviously here it is, next to the waterfall. Again, plenty of gyroids, plenty of pirate barrels and things, and plenty of these broken pillars and just kind of ruins. It's just a nice touch, and I think everything really works, everything flows, it feels very natural, and yeah, certainly fits the Witchcore theme, in my opinion anyway. Hopefully you guys do agree as well. So this obviously leads up to resident services. If you go left, you have the magic circle right there. We're going to go to the right and just up on this cliff. And I don't remember whose home this is. I think this might be Gloria. I can't actually get in to see because I've just turned off that candle. But that's a shame. Maybe that's one of the villager homes that we can actually visit later. But we have this little almost roundabout around this very old looking well. So we're just going to go down and then to the right. And we should have more villager homes here. This might be Rhonda's home. It is. So I'm surprised I'm managing to get quite a few of the villager homes correct. Despite the fact I've not seen this island in so long. I'm not actually sure how long it's been. Like probably over a year. Again, the beach is very cluttered, just with the design codes, weeds and various flowers. And here we have the delightful Mumsy, my wife. Hello, thanks for visiting. And thank you for letting me visit. In the background we have Ione, the very colourful squirrel, and she's gorgeous, isn't she? Just like my wife. But yeah, let's just carry on going. See plenty of these spiky fences as well, just adding a little bit of danger, a little bit of menace to this island. Whose home is this? This is Ione's, so that makes sense as to why she would be around this area. I also like the odd pumpkin. Obviously it makes sense. If it's Witchcore, you're going to have plenty of pumpkins, you know, Halloweeny, spooky. They kind of go together. It makes sense. We go through this arch, and we have the mysterious ruins, and obviously this unfortunate soul that maybe got sacrificed, who knows, but they're certainly part of this ritual. And we have a villager home right above it, and I believe this is Avery's. It is indeed. So is Avery connected to this mysterious ruin, this potential sacrifice? Who knows? I guess we'll find out if we visit his home and we can see his inner mind working. So there is obviously a cliff which I believe leads up to the museum. I'm just going to hop over this quick river here, and this leads up to the campsite on the peninsula. So it's a very nice use of the peninsula space. It's very awkward obviously because it's so close to the rocky part and the very end of the beach. But I think she did a good job. See the odd pirate barrel dotted around almost as if it's washed up on shore. Or has it been mysteriously placed there? Who knows? Then we go up onto this cliff, and here we have the museum. Obviously a nice open well, which is not spooky at all. You know, various demons and ghosts coming out of it. And we've got this little cliff here. I seem to remember, if everything is, you know, correct in my mind, this particular area was absolutely notorious for getting just overgrown with weeds. And I remember Mumsy having to constantly ask me to help just de-weed and declutter. Which, you know, I was happy to do, and she's done it plenty of times on my islands as well. So, yeah. But we then do have to run back. And again, plenty of ruins, plenty of wheat fields, and everything looks natural, everything looks overgrown, it looks fantastic. The odd splash of colour, like I said, with the purple pansies and various other flowers. Certainly the green mums and the black tulips. All works fantastically. We go this way. And this leads to the Taylors, obviously the Able sisters. They have their own little kind of garden. Just in front of the museum space as well. You could climb up there technically if you wanted to. But they also have a little pumpkin patch just to this side. So here we are. Quite overgrown pumpkin patch. Again, plenty of design codes, looking very natural, looking cool. Like, I'm just really impressed with this island, and hopefully you guys are as well. I'm sure plenty of you will remember even watching these videos or remember it being built. And then this takes us obviously to resident services, and if we go left, just kind of through the pumpkin patch and a little bit of shortcut through here, through the gazebo, and then we have Mumsy's home. So, I guess I'm going to jump into a couple of villager homes, and we'll show off just a few designs and interior homes that she's designed. So we entered Sheena's home first. Obviously she is the caretaker of the haunted bamboo forest, and she's got a very Japanese themed home obviously going on, but then you've got this clearly possessed and somewhat demonic samurai suit that's got this like mysterious dark aura around it. But yeah, I love any kind of Japanese themed home, and I think she absolutely nailed the aesthetic. This little sparkly gyroid, I'm not really sure what his deal is, but it's kind of almost got the same ghostly like possession type effects going on, and the same with this one over here. But yeah, not too cluttered, not too overly like elaborate with his design, but absolutely perfect for what she was going for. And obviously I love the tatami mats with this then like gold parquet floor. Just yeah, really sets off the theme nicely. And obviously Shino is a darling of a villager. I believe Muffy was in our home, so I'm probably going to visit Muffy next, as she was the caretaker for the seance area, and obviously is a goth queen. So yeah, jump cut to me visiting her. I do love how this island completely loops around in on itself. Like, I think, you know, it's just good design when you manage to make pretty much the entire island loop around. Anyway, hello Muffy! And naturally, as she is the seance goth queen, she has a home that's very fitting for that purpose. Like, the mysterious bookshelves, obviously the, again, somewhat dark aura seance table right in the middle. You've got this, like, talking pot, like there's a ghost or some kind of, I don't know, thing just living in it. It's obviously making noises. You've got the really dark, like chilled barrels just there at the back, and then her very witchy core like kitchen, and she's kind of blocking me at the moment. Come on Muffy, there's a good girl. But she also has a DIY table, you know, because the modern witch also needs to be handy in power tools. Because why not? Let's just have a quick word with Muffy. I do like Muffy. Obviously she was part of my All Sheep Island. Goth Queen. Gorgeous. But yeah, let's move on to our next home. And I think we're going to visit Avery and just see if he is connected to that weird sacrificial ritual spot. Also, a little random note, I am actually recording this after they've just dropped the news that the 3.0 update is coming in January, so I will be just doing a little video talking about that in more depth in the near future. But anyway, let's focus on this. Avery, hello! And it certainly looks like Avery is connected to that mysterious ruins and like ritual site. Very kind of like deep cavern kind of going on here. See, it's a little bit spooky in its own right. Maybe not as like demon-like and things as Muffy's or Shino's home was, but it's got its own kind of like mystery and danger. See, plenty of little statuettes and things. There's a random bird. Maybe a nod to the fact that Avery is indeed an eagle. And I do like Avery. He's got really cool design. I just like that whole like Aztec-y, like almost Peruvian, you know, the South American kind of vibe going on with him. Just really cool. But I think very fitting, look, this home interior. Again, very kind of spooky, very feeling like overgrown cavern. So yeah, I think he might have had a hand in that poor person just being sacrificed in the ruins. So I guess I'm going to leave, and we'll see Mumsy's home in its glory. So see you there. So we are into Mumsy's home, and a few of the rooms have been blocked off. I know that the attic is just a clear space, so there is the front room here, so got the room on the right, and then we've got the basement, because basements are always creepy. Just something we don't really have in the UK, so, you know, it's really unnatural, for me certainly, just to have a basement. Basements are always just where crime and, yeah, nastiness happens. Obviously, if you're in America, Canada, or just anywhere else that has a basement, you probably get a completely different vibe, you know, especially if you actually had your room kind of based there. But anyway, we have quite the witchy looking room here. Obviously the cauldron again with this very kind of demonic like aura, the seance with the like electricity vibes, and then this stone cookware and things going off with like the chilled, a little bit kind of like steamy, a little bit just like kind of ghostly apparition style going on. obviously the radio is also having a natter, and there's a little bit of kind of dark aura coming from these bookshelves as well. Let's just head on to the right and see what we've got there. So I guess we have Mumsy's personal bedroom. Very cozy. Like, it's very, I guess, sparsely decorated. I'd say minimalist, I guess, in its own right. But, you know, obviously we have the wall of books, another bookshelf. There's a kind of parrot-like bird. I'm not even sure what type of bird that is. Can I get a proper view of it? It's obviously turning around as I'm trying to look at it. Hello. That's cute. But maybe that's making some squawky noises and adding to the atmosphere. Again, another little seance table with the dark aura. The radio's just nattering away. And we've got this mysteriously chilled vibe kind of with this book. Maybe it's like a spell book. Who knows? And then, of course, into the basement. And we have this. I guess Mumsy just really wanted to use the pumpkin wagon that you get from the Halloween event, but couldn't really make it fit on the island. But I guess this makes sense. Like, it's, again, kind of spooky. It's kind of creepy. Like, why is it here in the basement? What is its purpose? And then you've got this rainy, lightning wallpaper going on with the dirt flooring. A couple more gyroids just kind of adding that little bit of wiggle, little bit of noise. And then you've got all these possessed pumpkins that are obviously just nattering away, just adding to the chatter. You can't necessarily tell what they're saying. Maybe they're not even speaking in any language we know. That's why they're coming up as dots, but it's just random noise. But yeah, really liking obviously the vibes for her home and just the island in general. And so guys, I'm going to call today's episode here. So thank you very much for joining me in this revisit to my wife's Witchcore themed island. And obviously very fitting with the spooky month and just a little nod to the spooky month as well. But yeah, obviously a little bit of appreciation if you would just head over to Mumsy's channel and give her a like. And yeah, subscribe while you're there, because we're all about supporting my my partner. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me in this little bit of nostalgia. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please hit like and consider subscribing if you haven't done already. Like I mentioned previously, I will be doing a talk about the update that will be happening in January, the new year, and just expressing my thoughts and what I'm looking forward to as well. So hopefully you'll join me for that. But until then, I want to say a massive thank you. Hope to see you there, and of course, have a good one. Cheers guys! Happy Halloween!